So last week we did a
Oh
little
my
thing,
god.
and you saw the video a few days ago where we argued back and forth between Trevor Lawrence and Tua. Who's the guy you'd rather have? I'd rather have Trevor Lawrence. He'd rather have Tua. It's okay. You can have
We're
wrong
talking about
opinions.
right
You can
now. We're
have wrong
talking about
opinions.
right
It's
now.
okay. It's okay. You can be
Okay.
wrong, and you can. I would like to
If
see
you're
how. No, shut the fuck up. I would like to see how continued wrong you will be. So what we're going to do here is we are going to just list off NFL quarterbacks, and you are going to say whether you would
okay,
like them over Tua or
bef-
not over Tua.
before we get into this,
Oh, jeez.
are
No,
we
we
talking?
already. Well,
Are we?
here's okay.
Are
Okay,
we?
wait. Time
Are
out.
we?
Time
Wait,
out.
wait, wait,
No,
wait, wait,
no,
wait, wait,
no. First
wait, wait.
quarterback. First quarterback. First quarterback.
Wait,
Trevor
no, wait,
Lawrence.
no. I have a question. I have a
Oh
question.
my
Are we talking?
gosh.
Are these quarterbacks? Are we taking them right now as they are, or are we going to build our franchise but around them? Like if you're talking about
It
we
is
need to go
so
win a
hard to
Super.
record videos of
If
this guy. He requires the
if
most specificality or whatever the word is. All right, first quarterback Trevor Lawrence.
specific.
First quarterback Trevor. I'm not answering your
I'm
question,
asking you a
and I'm
question.
not answering it. First quarterback Trevor Lawrence.
Okay, then I'm answering this. I'm answering it two ways. I'm answering it two ways.
No, no,
If
we're
we're
no,
going,
no, no. Be a
if
man.
I
Be a
want,
man.
if
Say it
we're
with your
talking
chest.
about this
Be
year
a man.
right
Grow a
now, we're
pair.
going.
Put some hair on your
We're
chest.
Tua. If we're talking about right now going for a Super Bowl this year, I'd rather have Tua.
Jeez, yeah, complete opposite. Could not disagree more. Give me Trevor Lawrence. Give me the bigger arm. Give me the mobility. Give me the lack of injuries throughout his career. Give me just everything that
Give
I've
me the
seen from Trevor
knowledge and the
Lawrence.
accuracy.
I mean, maybe he's slightly less accurate, but that slight decrease in accuracy does not make me want him less than Tua. Everything that else that he can do,
If you're
and
talking about
everything that we
if
saw
you're
get better at the end of
if
the
you're
year when Tua
if we're
wasn't playing
talking
because of his injury.
if we're talking about a team that we want to build around this quarterback and help him develop and everything else, then yeah, I'm going to take Trevor Lawrence. He has the higher potential, but who has the higher floor right now? That is Tua.
That's just so far from correct. We're going to move on to quarterback number two, and I'd like to. I think we're going to agree on this one, and that's going to be number one over in Arizona, Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray and Tua. Who would you rather have?
I'm going to say Tua strictly four. Kyler kind of drove D Hop out of there. He has the injury going on. We don't know how he's going to come back from that. Plus, he's kind of fatter now than he was before. So we don't know how
Ain't no
fast he's going
way
to
you're
be.
talking about that, buddy.
Bro, I'm talking about NFL athletes comparing to each other.
Ain't
Yeah,
no way. Brother, you compared
bro.
yourself to Nick Merckx and Tim the Tatman the other day talking about streaming and playing video games. I don't want to hear it.
So
Exactly. No, believe it or not,
I said he's a little bit fatter than what he was before. So
believe it or not, I actually agree with you. I would rather take Tua over
yeah.
Kyler Murray. The head case that he has become year after year, it's just a different offseason issue with him every single year. Similarly with Tua, the injuries have started to stack up, and the lower body injuries, especially, the more you get, the less mobile he is. He does have a really good arm, especially compared to Tua, so that is the one thing he has over him. However, I don't think he's a good locker room leader. He's even smaller than Tua is, and that's a big problem I have with Tua. All he has on Tua is the arm and the mobility. Everything else, I trust Tua more. I love Tua at the podium. He just always seems to say the right things. So complete agreement here across the board with Kyler Murray. Moving on to another number one over in Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts. Don't do it.
Y'all might hate me for this one.
Don't do it. I mean, I'm not sure if you're referring to me or the people, so go ahead. I'm not even going to cut you off. Go ahead.
So I'm talking to you. I think I'm gonna go.
Don't say it.
I
Don't
can't.
say it.
I can't.
Don't say it.
I want to, but I can't.
Be a man.
I
Say
want.
what you want.
I want to go Jalen, but I can't. I gotta go Tua. I want to go Jalen. I do.
Then
I
do it
do.
because it makes so much sense.
But we talked about this. He has a smaller arm. That he's more mobile. He's not as accurate.
Barely. The accurate.
He's way more mobile. He's way more durable.
Yes.
I do. I mean, and, I argued with you that I rather actually have. You spelled Hurts wrong. I rather have
Hammer,
had
come on, man.
drafted.
Oh, jeez. We got two of you bozos in here. All right, one in the chat, one I have to talk to. Come on, guys.
I told you way back when that I rather have drafted Jalen in the second round than Tua. then I changed my mind. I liked Tua, and then going into last year, I was like, I think Jalen's going to take a leap, and I really do like Jalen. I really do, but how long can his mobility keep him at the top of the pack?
Infinitely, because he has the biggest legs in a quarterback that we've probably ever seen. So I don't really worry about the extremities injuries like you do with Kyler Murray. Now Kyler Murray's, he's got some legs. He's not tiny, like actually tiny. He's got a little weight on himself, but like, can't he squat like 600 pounds or something stupid? Like what other quarterback? What other quarterback is just pushing through an entire defensive line like he does?
Yeah, Jalen does have running back legs.
Oh,
he does.
Massive legs, and I might go as far as say he's the best leader in the entire NFL. Like nobody, I don't think anybody's better at a podium. I don't think anybody's better at a locker room. I don't think.
I love this guy.
Hammer, we don't need you here, bro. Get lost, all right? Kick rocks, bud, all right? Your opinions are trash just like this man right here. Opinions are awful. Jalen Hurts. I think he is, like I said, I think he's the best leader off the field. I think he's the best leader from a quarterback on the fields. I've never really seen a team rally around a guy that has his limitations like the Eagles have with Jalen Hurts. And everything
besides Mike White, but
everything, no, even not to that extent, because they still, they still lost, and they were like when Fields came, or not Fields, when what's his name came back, they're like, okay, whatever. I haven't. And also, the things that he's bad at or was bad at, he took such leaps. Like he got so much more comfortable in the pocket last year. His accuracy went from like his rookie year being amongst the worst in the NFL to very good.
I told you. Since he left Alabama, his accuracy increased each year.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen with him here. So he's just continuing to get better. Now the arm strength. If you say his arm's weaker than Tua, I mean, you take your pick who's weaker. They both have pretty noodle arms. Like that's something that I don't think anybody would argue against. They both have amongst the weakest arms in the NFL. However, everything else he's already either already great at or continues to get better at. I'm 100% taking Jalen Hurts there.
I'm like, it's like a 51-49 thing for me.
No, I love Jalen Hurts. I love every time he opens his mouth.
Jalen Hurts.
Every time he opens his mouth, I'm like, yes.
Ayo.
Shut up. Every time he goes to speak, I'm like, that's exactly what he should be saying. He never misses a step. He never there's no controversy, as well as his play just continues to build every single year.
And the amount of like that he beat himself up after the Super Bowl loss.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, bro, that's not on you. And it really wasn't. It was just Mahomes being Mahomes and the Eagles defense really crumbling, but whatever.
Yeah, no, 100%. Next quarterback up in New York, Mr. Danny Dimes, who we take.
Oh, Tua.
Yeah,
Tua.
Tua. Now, there definitely is an argument. There is an argument to be made that Daniel Jones in that
there.
Brother, if you cut me off one more time, I'm ending the fucking stream. If Daniel Jones, with that first year in New York with Brian Dable, that was the best we've ever seen from Daniel Jones in his entire career. Everything, kind of like Jalen Hurts last year, everything that he needed to get better at, we did see get better, and his receiving core was atrocious.
Oh, man.
Atrocious. Like, worst receiving cores in the NFL. So he's continuing to get better, and he has some of those skill sets that we see with Jalen Hurts.
And they did sign some receivers this offseason, given they're not, it's not at the level of the Dolphins or the Bengals or, the Chargers. But yeah, it's definitely still a lot better than what it was before. I think Danny Dimes has potential, but he also has those lower body injuries. He rolled his ankle, I think, 2 seasons in a row. I think last year he played through it, but the year before that he sat out 6 games or something like that.
I don't remember exactly, but Tua definitely have worse injuries. So there's that.
I remember, obviously, but I remember he left 1 game, and then his backup also had to leave that game, and then Saquon ended up being quarterback.
Yeah,
that was this year.
Yeah, that did happen. Now
but then Daniel Jones played the next week. So
with Daniel Jones, like, I am saying Tua, but like I could see a world where by week 8 I'm like, you know what? He's continuing to make strides, and as an athlete, he is absolutely incredible. Large, 6'4", 6'5", whatever it is, cannon of an arm, and if the football things get better, it's a very good quarterback.
if he can fix his mentals, which is reading a defense, which Dable has helped him leaps and bounds with from his trash coaches before.
Yes.
So Dable is such a good coach, similar to McDaniel. And I wanted Dable, but I was
we all did.
really happy with McDaniel. But yeah, so Dable's just that good of a coach that I think he could take him there. It's really just Tua's here, Daniel Jones is here. Can he pass him? Do they keep making their strides up? Like, do they go like this?
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a good way of putting it. The last guy we're going to talk about is somebody that you and I have argued about before, and I don't understand how it's still an argument. I know who you're probably thinking. I'm thinking. No, I'm not thinking of Dak Prescott, but somebody else that we have somehow argued about, and you still have sometimes refused to join on the correct side, and that being Justin Herbert.
Oh, Justin Herbert, come on.
Okay. Don't say that. Don't say like it's so obvious, because I feel like just not 3 months, like 5 months ago, you were trying to be like, yeah, I don't know. I think I'd rather take Tua.
See, Tua is a winner versus Justin Herbert. But Justin Herbert he never had the help. And that was my argument with Tua too. So I couldn't really say, hey, look, the bald is out of the conference.
The bald. Dable, the bald.
The bald.
Keep going with Herbert.
Me too.
Yeah, we know you're bald.
I'm not bald. You're getting there. You're getting there for the faster than I am.
I'd rather. That is not true at all.
The middle of my hairline just hasn't caught up to yours.
Brother, my middle hasn't gone anywhere either, and I have a lot more. I have way more hair. I've got a solid 4 years. I have a solid few years where you're like, this time next year, you might well just everything.
So, anyways, with Herbert, I made the excuses for Tua with his first year having no receivers, and his second year all he had was Waddle. I mean, we saw Herbert has had Eckler this whole time. He has had Keenan Allen, Mike Williams this whole time, but Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, they haven't been healthy. Offensive line also. His first and third year, Justin Herbert had one of the worst offensive lines in football. Now, given the Dolphins were like middle of the pack last year, and then 2 years before that they were really bad, but it's the same arguments to be made. But we see when the ball is given and they have the help, who would you rather have to go make a play? Now, if you're talking to me on a fourth quarter drive, I think I'd rather have Tua, but throughout the rest of the game, I'd rather have Herbert. So I'm going to take Herbert overall.
It's like you said you said the right thing, and then you said everything to make me disagree with you, and then you still said the right thing at the end of the day. So it's like I want to strangle you right now for everything you just said, but at least you got it right. Like, we're getting places.
But my thing with Herbert is that once again, I blame it on coaching more than anything else, but I haven't seen him put together a drive at the end of the game where, now I've seen him come close. I haven't seen him really consistently be able to put it together without turning the ball over.
You have seen. Okay, let's just cut to the chase. We have seen Justin Herbert game-winning drives.
I mean, he has a couple game-winning drives. Tua
has a couple. Yeah, like
Tua would have more if in 2021, I think it was, he literally had like 3 game-winning drives that they ended up going and scoring the next drive for the
which games besides the Falcons? Don't say Jaguars, because that's not the truth.
Jaguars was.
No, it wasn't. We had the ball with the lead, and then he couldn't pick up a fourth down.
That wasn't, bro. Once again, that was.
Say what you want. That we had the ball, we didn't score, and then they got the ball. That's not a game-winning drive.
But we had the lead, and then they had, and then they were just safe with it, bro. We had awful offensive.
Yeah, I'm not going to deny that, but that game does not count as a game-winning drive.